All right, all right, all right. You guys see the title of the live stream, man. You guys know what time it is. Everybody is talking about this. The internet is buzzing. That's right. Canelo Alvarez, Caleb Plant had their press conference kicking off this fight. Long overdue. Fight was made, then it was canceled, remade it. A lot of talk on Twitter, a lot of hype. And man, for me, it's a little bit different because I wake up in the morning to this stuff. You know what I mean? I roll out of bed, get my tablet out, scroll through, and I just see craziness. I see chaos on YouTube, man. Everybody dropping vids about it. Seems like it was a eventful day at the press conference for all the content creators who made it to the press conference. And then, of course, people like myself, man, coming on here giving their thoughts. So I guess it's my turn to give my thoughts on this press conference, man. Wow. Wow. I knew it was going to be lit. But I didn't expect it to get this lit. And I understand that a lot of people are talking about, oh, is this going to affect the fight now because some punches were thrown and this and that? Nah, man. That's exactly what they wanted. They might flirt and hint at the idea of some fines or something like that, man. But this is for the undisputed middleweight championship of the world. Hell no, it ain't going to be canceled, man. This is exactly what they wanted. Quick little roll call before we get into the meat of the conversation tonight. We got Just K, first one in the building. What's up to you? Omega Red. What's good to you? A fellow Navy veteran. That's what's up. Andrew Charles, NHP in the building. We got El Jefe, someone who I haven't seen in a while, man. What's good, El Jefe? I think I know what you I think I already know who you going for, El Jefe. The expert genius. What's good, my man? Nitty G, an official member of the channel. Salute to you, sir. Glad you were able to make it to the live stream. It's not as late as the other night, right? A little bit earlier. Hopefully you're able to tune in, Nitty G. Trick Boxing. What's good? I appreciate the follow on Instagram, Trick Boxing. I saw that you followed me yesterday. I appreciate that. And on that note, If you guys don't know, now you know. I'm on Instagram, man, official page Divine Sense Boxing. Make sure you follow me on there because that's where I drop all the heat. Anytime I do a collaboration like the other day I did Tay Jones, Drew Titan, I Am Trill Will, that's where I drop it. So that's the place to follow me. And that's an important part of the announcement tonight. Carl Lee dropping in the fire emojis. What's good, my man? Thanks for dropping by tonight. Nice picture you got there, man. Nice picture. Nice little profile pic right there. All right, guys. So we got a nice little crew coming in. If you guys see at the top of the chat, I got pinned up. The goal tonight is 150 likes. We've got 16 people in here, man. We need 16 likes. That's how we get it done. Get the likes all the way up. It's free. Pressing that like button is free. Let's build this hype. Let's join the conversation. That's what it's all about, man. Look, boxing is starting to heat up. Boxing fans have been laid out dry pretty much this entire year. And it's starting to heat up. We're trying to close the year strong because it's been a tough journey, a tough road. You know, we got Joshua Usyk here this weekend. Of course, we've got the Alpha Omega fight of the year, Deontay and Fury, who we continue to talk about and make sure that everybody tunes in to witness redemption. And then now we got Canelo and Plant. Another big fight, man. This is for an undisputed. So it's undisputed. That means hit the like button right now. We don't get this opportunity very often. Anytime there's an undisputed fight happening, you got to hit that like button regardless. So, yeah, Nitty G says it's a little bit earlier, but I still might have to cut out early. It all depends on what time you end the stream. It's like last night, I have to be at work at 1 a.m. It's 8 right now. Man, my man Nitty G going to work at 1 a.m. I got a lot of subscribers that have that type of schedule, man, and they be hitting me up on IG and Telegram. I feel you. But it's good that you were at least able to come in and swoop in and hit that like button. Just Case says we've been belly up with this BS. This year, happy this month is beginning to heat up. Hell yeah, absolutely. SM, what's good, my man? Good to see you in the chat tonight. Well, look, let's get into it because we got people like Nitty G, man, who doesn't have much time. A lot of people cruising around, got to get sleep and whatnot. So let's go ahead and get it. Not only was there a heated face-off, right? We've all heard the news, man. We've all heard. I had to wake up to it. I'm catching up. This stuff happened hours ago, so I'm catching up. But by now, everybody's heard, man. Some punches were thrown. Now they're talking about it was a slap. I don't know what it was, to be honest with you. I haven't really slowed it down to try to figure out a punch, a slap, who did it first, or whatever. But that's why I'm doing this reaction video. I watched the video a couple times just kind of get through it. But I'm gonna watch it with you guys, the viewers, and we're gonna chop it up. I'm gonna let you guys know my thoughts. But not only that, but there was a lot of things said at the press conference, which I'm gonna get into as well. Canelo Plant, like it or love it, man. And I know some people in here are going for Canelo. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt there are people in here that are going for Canelo. But hey, Caleb Plant, he's about that business, man. Caleb Plant is about that business. He ain't coming here to be nice and, oh, thank you, Canelo, for the opportunity. None of that. He said, I've been waiting for this opportunity. Y'all been doubting me, all this stuff, and I'm coming in here to shock the world. Oh, and by the way, Canelo, you ain't nothing but a Yeah, we know what he said. You know what he said. Games. He believes in himself, and you can feel that energy. So there's been some interesting stuff being said. Not only did it get heated up as far as punches, slaps being thrown, or whatever have you. It's been a while since we've seen this. We see a little shoves and a little bit of, getting in their face, some trash talking. But hey, they were about to box right there. They were about to throw down right there. And see, Caleb Plant, he's about that life. We can do it now or later, or we can do it both. A lot of people are just starting to learn about Caleb Plant. Like, for real talk, a lot of people are just starting to learn about Caleb Plant. And a lot of people just think, oh, it's another bump in the road. But Caleb Plant's a champion. Caleb Plant is a Golden Glove champion. Caleb Plant has beat people that thought that, were going to destroy him. And he brought that up in the press conference, too. So, not to mention all the stuff that's been talking behind the scenes, but on Twitter, Caleb Plant has not minced words, man. He's going after Valdez. He's going after the whole camp. That whole camp. So, are there a lot of people not liking the fact that Caleb Plant is doing some little trickery and kind of, in some people's eyes, he's hitting below the belt, but not in my eyes. He is not doing it in my eyes, man. He's going for the throat. Caleb Plant's going for the throat. Not below the belt, but for the throat. But, each to their own. Your opinion is your opinion, but that's the way I feel. George Roll says, where's the like button? Well, it should be the same place that it always is. But look, the goal tonight is 150 likes. There's no reason why we can't get there. Last night, I believe we got around 120-ish. So it's really up to you guys, man, to get those likes up. All right. We got 30 people in here and only 24. So what that tells me is there must be some people lurking in the shadows, not wanting to hit the like button because they just refuse to hit the like button. We don't like this guy, Divine Sense, man. He out here saying all kinds of stuff that we don't like. I refuse to hit that like button. I know. So let's get to it, man. Lamar says, what's good, Lamar? Lamar says, your breakdown of Wilder versus Fury 2 was probably the best breakdown I've ever seen. Man, I appreciate that, bro. Like, for real, I appreciate that. And hopefully people continue to share that. Excuse me. Hopefully people can continue to share that video, man. That's the only way the message gets out there. Just share it on your Instagram, share it on your Facebook, send it off to whoever, hit the copy and paste button. That's how we really get the message out there. Psycho Fan Watts. What's good, man? I haven't seen you in a long time, bro. What's good? He said, man, to me, Caleb seems like an insecure dude. Why post that you landed a slap, and why keep talking about how no one believes in you? I don't know, man. Sounds like a girl. Well, look, like I said, each to their own. Everyone's going to have their different opinion. I'm assuming you think Canelo's going to win the fight. That's fine. I mean, he's supposed to win the fight. He's the favorite. He has the belts. But here's the thing. I don't think Caleb Plant's insecure. I think he's serious. I think he's confident. And I believe when he says that people have been doubting me my whole career, and they have been. They have been doubting him. Let's be honest, man. Let's be honest here. They have been. Like, I hate to throw the race card out there, man, but let's be real. Some white dude pops out of nowhere, got a slick, smooth style, and puts on boxing clinics and has beaten people that thought that were going to beat him soundly. And he's shaking up the boxing world, man. So for me, when he comes out and says, hey, people have been doubting me, I believe him 100%. I believe him 100%, man. But, if you think he's unsecured, that's your opinion. Divine Sense Boxing, are you going to the fight? I don't think so, man. What was it? November? Actually, might be possible, bro. That might be possible. Hey, I'm down with some middleweight boxing. I'm down for some middleweight boxing because that's my weight class. I relate to the middleweights personally. So man, that's tempting. I might make it, bro. I might make that actually November. I was thinking it was in October, but it's November. Freddie Ruger, man, what's good? Haven't seen you in the live chats lately. I'm glad that you were able to make it tonight. He says, I know Caleb Plant won the press conference. However, does Plant have the power to really keep Canelo off him? Yeah. I mean, if you were to draw up a little, I don't know what you want to call it, man, a little statistic list. I've done this in the past, way back in the past, where I would say, I would give points. So I'll say power, best out of 5. You know what I mean? Power in this case would be, 4.5 stars for Canelo and maybe 3 for Plant, but then you have other attributes, right? You have boxing skill, you have ring generalship, you have defense, you have speed. And so Canelo doesn't win all of those categories, in my opinion. He wins the power one, maybe. He wins the experience one. You got to give him the edge on the experience because, he's been in more title fights. He's fought against arguably bigger men, things like that. But when it comes to boxing skill, like Caleb Plant's going to bring skill to the table, man. He's going to bring skill. And, we've talked about this many times. We, as in myself and many other boxing channels out here, the ones who keep it real and authentic, actually talk about the sweet science. Caleb Plant is going to bring boxing skill to this fight. And Canelo has always struggled with boxer movers. He struggled against Lara. He struggled against Mayweather. He got dog walked against Mayweather. He had his issues with Cotto. That was a decent fight. Cotto's a boxer puncher. Cotto is a very good counter puncher. So, and of course, he had his wars with Triple G. My point is that if you don't stand in front of Canelo, and even Billy Joe Saunders, for what it was worth, was doing okay until he was getting touched up to the body. So really it comes down to, can Plant maintain a game plan for basically 12 rounds? You got to approach the Canelo fight and prepare for 12 rounds. You don't go in there and try to pull off a miracle and try to knock him out. That's not the good. You go in there, you box his face off. Because you got to go in there and think, I'm going against Canelo, a guy who I claim, as in Caleb Plant, a guy who I claim is a cheater, who has been given nods and fights. In the Mayweather fight, it was a majority decision. Like, really? A majority decision? Come on, man. And there are people out there that thought he lost a Triple G fight. There are people out there that definitely thought he lost a Lara fight. So you go in there thinking, I got to outperform this man convincingly, because even if I do, they might try to give it a draw, majority, split, whatever it may be. He's going up against massive odds. And let's be real here. They don't want Caleb to shock the world and take all those belts. Man, this is the new golden boy. Despite the relationship between Canelo and Oscar is no longer valid, that's not the point. He is the new golden boy. They want to build this man up. They want him to become the undisputed super middleweight champion. Then, rather he moves up or does what he does. They want to continue to build this man. That's the goal. So Caleb has to literally do the unthinkable. Literally. We got Terry Smoot Jr. in the house. What's good, my man? Thanks for dropping by tonight. So we got new Fat Boy Fitness. What's good, man? Thanks for dropping by tonight as well. Hope you're doing well out there. El Jefe says Cotto, Mayweather, Triple G are on different levels from Plant. I can see where that opinion comes from, man, but it's an opinion. El Jefe, it's an opinion. Cotto fantastic welterweight, fantastic lightweight, 135, 140, 147. But come on, man. Cotto was not that effective at 154, in my opinion. He's That's just what it is. Mayweather, smaller guy too. Mayweather, smaller guy. That's why Mayweather Cotto was a good fight. Mayweather Cotto was a very good fight. But I always knew doesn't matter when they fight. At some point, and they're going to fight eventually. They have to. Same era. And when they did fight, it was a great fight because they came up similar sizes. Cotto slightly bigger, but styles make fights, right? Triple G, that's the only one I'll give you. I'll give you the nod on that one. Triple G probably I won't say resume, but I'll give you the nod as far as a different level than Caleb Plant because of what he's accomplished. And he is a true middleweight / super middleweight. But look, Caleb Plant is a super middleweight. He's always fit in that 160, 168 mold. And he's a true super middleweight, man. Forget about the power. Forget about that. Forget about actually being in that weight class. Man, see, that's my thing, man. You come on Devon Sense Boxing, bro. I'll be slipping. I'll be slipping. That's how I do it over here. We talk boxing over here. Man. We got Rich. I'm not sure how you say that last name, brother, but thanks for dropping by. Caleb Plant is going to get KO'd, and all you white and black haters will cry about it. Plain, simple and plain. You know nothing about boxing if you think Canelo is a hype train. I didn't say nothing about a hype train. And what's all this about black and white people crying? Well, it's begun. It has begun. Yo, wrenches, stand by. All my wrenches, man. All my moderators, stand by. We don't have too many wrenches tonight yet. Where my wrenches at? But we're gonna have to. We got Trick Box and you're a wrench, Seawood. We're gonna have to stand by tonight, man, because Canelo fans will probably pour in, and I don't mind if they think that Canelo's gonna win. But coming in here talking about all this silliness about black and white and man, we don't got time for that. We don't got time for that. So, Dave, my man Dave, who's just been promoted to the Double Swords official member of the channel, you are also now a wrench because we got to get the wrenches up in here. So right now the poll is sitting at 55% for Plant, 45% for Canelo. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. As the poll continues to increase, decrease for either Plant or Canelo, we'll continue the conversation. As I said, I got pinned up here at the top. The goal tonight is 150 likes. Make sure you smash that like button. We got 30 likes. And we need more. We need more. Let's get them up. The Mexican is the best fighter in the world and going to KO Plant, but you'll see. Okay, thanks for dropping by. All right, guys, so I want to share something with you. If you guys didn't know, Plant said some very interesting things at the press conference that made me laugh, honestly. It made me chuckle a little bit. But I want to share that with you just in case you guys haven't heard it. Or if you guys have heard it, I just want to give you my reaction to it. This is something that Caleb Plant said at the press conference. Now, I'm just going to share the audio. Share the audio. This is from Fight Hype. If you guys want to listen to the entire clip of what Caleb Plant said at the press conference, make sure you go check out Fight Hype. Shout out to Fight Hype. It's going to play the audio in the background. And this is what I'm talking about Caleb Plant literally not caring on what he says. Some people already pointed out in the chat that they think it's insecurity. I don't think it is. I think it's confidence. But different opinions. So let's hear what what Caleb Plant had to say at the press conference. I'm gonna play the juicy part. All right, I'm gonna play the juicy part. So make sure you guys you got your headphones on. Let's do it.
And the new undisputed super middleweight. The only difference is right after that you'll hear the words "and still undefeated." Mark my words. That's funny? You think that's funny? Yeah? Well, keep laughing. You keep laughing, motherfucker, because you know when you're going to find out? Real soon. And you know when you're going to find out? The same time everybody else found out. And you know when that was? You know when they found out? When it was too late. That's when they found out. And that's exactly when you're going to find out. Mark my words. Bitch. And you a bitch too. You know the only difference between you and him is he's a fat ass bitch and you a bitch. What the fuck you gonna do? Fuck
Damn.
You. And you a drug cheat. And you a drug cheat.
Damn.
So tell me something. Oscar Valdez can pop positive for something and not get suspended for 6 months, but he can pop positive for something and get suspended for 6 months. But somehow
Don't make excuses before the fight.
You're a cheater.
Don't make excuses before the fight.
Trial. You got suspended for 6 months.
Say whatever you say.
Fuck you.
See you November 6th.
Damn.
You want to see something special on you. And feel.
You're going to find out. Same time all the rest of them. You're a cheater too.
You're going to see something special. I like the fact that Canelo's finally starting to speak English. Canelo's starting to speak English now. Makes it a little bit more interesting. He's always been very quiet in past press conferences, having translators and stuff like that. So that's good. That's good. But man, hey, Caleb Plant, man. Hey, man, he literally just called out everybody out on his team. Like when was the last time? When was the last time we saw a press conference like this? Look, put everything to the side. Canelo fan, Plant fan, going for Plant, going for Canelo. Let's talk about something serious for a moment. When was the last time we saw a press conference like this, man? It's been a while. And Plant is not holding back. He's not trying to be politically correct. He's not trying to, like I said, he's not coming to the press conference and saying, hey, I just want to say thank you to Canelo Alvarez for giving me the opportunity. I've worked really hard for this, and, I hope to do the best I can. Nah. Literally the opposite. He said, I'm coming in here. I'm proving everybody wrong. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to be the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. And, you will be, and you will be, and F you, and F you. What are you going to do about it? And you would cheat too. And that's like, okay, Plant. Okay, Plant. Yeah. I'm just saying, when was the last time we saw a press conference like this? When was the last time? William, Devon Sense, Boxing, salute, bro. Salute to you, William. Thanks for dropping by tonight. Disrespecting the live with negative energy, man. That's what happens, man. It happens sometimes, bro. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. Ed Rock, what's good, man? He drops a super chat to kick it off tonight with the first super chat. I appreciate you, Ed Rock. He says, my brother Plant didn't say anything about his mother. Canelo said the same thing to Andre at the press conference. Canelo is a hypocrite. Facts. Hey, shout out to Ed Rock. I'm glad you mentioned that, and thank you for the super chat. This super chat is probably worth $100 because that's some factual stuff that you just pointed out. And I'm going to keep it up here just for a moment because that's fact. Let's not forget that Canelo literally disrespected Andre at his own press conference. Andre, like all fighters do who are contenders, come up and say, "Hey man, when am I going to get my opportunity?" This happens all the time. Nothing new. And what did Canelo do? F you, mother effer, you ain't nothing, you haven't fought nobody. Just straight up disrespected Andre at his own press conference. There ain't no need for that. All you got to do as a champion is say, "Hey, look, man, this is my night. I appreciate you stopping by. You know, we'll talk about it behind the scenes. Thank you. Have a good night." That's it. But he's out there dropping F-bombs, calling him all these, mother effers and stuff like that. But then when Plant comes out, then he's talking about, "Man, don't talk about my mama." So I appreciate you, Ed Rock, for the super chat and highlighting that because that's very true. I didn't even think about that. So look, I hope my wrenches are putting in that work. Don't let people coming in here disrupt the energy. Don't let people come in here and disrupt the energy. We have a few people in here that are going for Canelo. That is fine. But all coming in here talking about, "Oh, you guys hate Mexicans," and look, we don't have time for that. It shouldn't take us long as moderators to understand what people's objectives are. They're coming in here to disrupt, to hijack the conversation, and make it somehow about race or whatever. We don't got no time. So wrenches, let's put that work in. Deshaun Thompson, man, what's good? He says, I'm back. Caleb got the boy in his feelings, like I said. Caleb for the win. My boy Deshaun, to give Deshaun credit, he has been saying that for a couple months now. He's been telling us that Caleb's gonna pull it off. Murph says Caleb Plant is a cornball. Okay, how? How is he a cornball? Yeah. So, yeah, Ed Rock, he said facts. He said Andre is a horrible fighter. How does he know that? Absolutely, absolutely. But I mean, look, fighters talk trash or whatever. I don't necessarily have a problem with that. My problem is that he's out there telling him to F off and calling him a mother effer right there at the press conference. But then when Plant does it to him, he don't like it. That's my problem. If he wants to say Andre ain't this, he ain't that, like whatever, man. That gets a possible fight heated up. That's part of boxing. But don't come over there saying F you and get the F out of my press conference. You ain't this, you ain't that. And then when it's reversed to you and you're sitting in that chair, you don't like it. You don't like it, do you? So I'm glad, as I said, Ed Rock, that you pointed that out. I'm going to rewind that back and play it one more time.
That's funny? You think that's funny?
A little bit.
Yeah? Well, keep laughing. You keep laughing, motherfucker, because you know when you're going to find out?
Ooh.
Real soon. And you know when you're going to find out? The same time everybody else found out. And you know when that was?
See, y'all hear Canelo, right? He's like, "Don't say that. Don't say mother effer. Don't say mother effer. Don't say about anything about my mother." But to Ed Rock's point, the man was literally saying that. Literally saying that to Andre. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Don't believe me? Go look it up. Let's go ahead and continue.
You know when they found out? When it was too late. That's when they found out. And that's exactly when you're going to find out. Mark my words. Bitch. And you a bitch too. You know the only difference between you and him is he's a fat ass bitch and you a bitch. What the fuck you gonna do?
Ooh,
and you a drug cheat.
ooh,
And you a drug cheat. So tell me something. Tell me something. Oscar Valdez can pop positive for something and not get suspended for 6 months. but he can pop positive for something and get suspended
Don't
for
make
6 months,
excuses.
but somehow
Don't
he ain't
make
a drug
excuses
thief,
before the
you're a
fight.
cheater.
So let me address that real quickly. He's saying don't make excuses. Don't what are you talking about? He's not making excuses. He's saying that you're a cheater. You don't like the fact that he's saying that you're a cheater. That's not an excuse. He's pointing out something that is very serious to a lot of people. And he's got a point. Oscar Valdez tested positive, right, for a diuretic that's illegal. And the fight continued. And to make matters worse, in my opinion, he got a gift decision. A lot of people watching behind the scenes. If that upsets you, then it is what it is. All the Canelo fans, all the Valdez fans, it is what it is. And I just want to put this out there, okay, for all those people that want to come in here like we had that other gentleman in here talking about we hate Mexicans and all this other craziness. Now, we hate cheaters. We hate cheaters. You understand what I'm saying to you? And for me specifically, Divine Sense Boxing, you know what I mean, who grew up on the border of Mexico, no hay problema con mexicanos. ¿Entiendes? So don't play with me. Yeah, I grew up with Mexicans, man. I got a lot of respect. And I grew up sparring and in boxing gyms with Mexicans. I got a lot of heart and a lot of admiration for Mexican fighters. There are Mexican fighters who did it the right way, who are legends in the sport. So, look, man, don't come in here with that, especially on Divine Says Boxing. You might be able to go to other channels and pull that, but it's not going to work over here. You came to the wrong place. You know, yo nací muy cerca de Mexico. I don't play. All right. So, look, I just feel like that a nerve was struck. And the only reply that Canelo has is don't make excuses. Well, that don't make sense. What you're supposed to say, maybe it's a language barrier, I don't know. But what you're supposed to say is, excuse me, don't accuse me of something that you don't have evidence for. That's what you're supposed to say. But instead you say, don't make excuses. See, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. He doesn't have the language to defend himself, possibly. But in the eyes of many people, that makes you look more suspect. You know, Caleb Plant is on the microphone at a press conference. It's getting heated. He grabs the mic and he says, "You've been cheating. Valdez cheated. What do you got to say about that?" And he said, "Oh, don't make excuses." I mean, I don't know. Y'all can leave your opinions in the live chat here, man. But I'm just saying. Just Kate says Salvador Sanchez is my favorite Mexican boxer, bro. He's a legend. No excuses. Absolutely, man. There's a lot of Mexican fighters who did it the right way and are legends in the sport. And I don't understand why people get so upset when we bring up these allegations. We didn't make it up. Like, you know, it's the same thing about Tyson Fury. We don't make it up. It's fact. I mean, you think we just pull things out of thin air? Come on, people. Come on. If you're a Canelo fan, that's fine. I've never discredited the man's skills. I've came out and said Canelo's going to give Plant a lot of problems. Like, Plant is stepping up in his competition. There is no doubt about it. But Plant, we are talking about this press conference. Plant is not playing. He's about that business. Most people that have fought Canelo in the past have always hide behind the bushes, man, in my opinion. They come in there and they're, except for Mayweather, because, you know, Mayweather's Mayweather. Mayweather's not afraid of anybody. He's one of the best to ever do it. But most of the people, and I don't think Triple G was afraid of him, but, you know, he doesn't have the charisma to sell a fight or to ruffle up Canelo's feathers like Plant. Plant has the charisma. Plant has the mouthpiece and he has skill. That's what makes this fight interesting, right? But most of his opponents are very humble. Oh, thank you so much, Canelo, for the opportunity. You know, I'm going to try my best. Plant ain't about that. Plant's, I'm here to prove a point. I'm here to prove a point. So I'll rewind it back one more time for all the people who are just joining in.
Guys to believe in me. I've been doing it my whole life. So mark my words. November 6th, you will hear the words and the new undisputed super middleweight. The only difference is right after that, you'll hear the words and still undefeated. Mark my words. That's funny? You think that's funny? Yeah? Well, keep laughing. You keep laughing, motherfucker. You know when you're going to find out? Real soon. And you know when you're going to find out? The same time every...
And for those people who are just joining, we pointed this out earlier. Canelo's getting upset because Plant is, calling him a mother effer or whatever. And he didn't like that. But let's rewind the tape and go down memory lane. Canelo did the same thing to Andrade at his own press conference. You can't be hypocritical. If you're going to dish it out, you got to be able to take it. So I'm just letting you guys know, if you're just joining, if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, that was messed up what Plant said. Well, your boy Canelo, he was doing the same thing to Andrade, who literally just came and asked him a question, a very honest question as a contender, and said, hey, Canelo, when can we get it on, bro? And the man said, F you, get out of my press conference, you a mother effer, this, that, and the third. And people laughed at Andrade for getting upset. But now that Canelo is on the other end, everyone says, oh, poor Canelo. Man, get out of here with that. Get out of here. Get out of here. And let me make it crystal clear. We don't have any, if you're just joining, we don't have any problems with Mexican fighters over here, especially on Divine Sense Boxing. I can only speak for myself. Zero. I love to watch me some Juan Manuel Marquez and some Eric Morales and Barrera and Julio Cesar Chavez Sr., great legends of the sport, right? But we don't like cheaters. It's as simple as that. Black, white, yellow, purple, green, orange. We don't like cheaters. So I want to get that out there.
Everybody else found out. And you know when that was? You know when they found out? When it was too late. That's when they found out. And that's exactly when you're going to find out. Mark my words. Bitch. And you a bitch too. You know the only difference between you and him is he's a fat ass bitch and you a bitch. What the fuck you gonna do? Fuck you. And you a drug cheat. So tell me something. Oscar Valdez can pop positive for something and not get suspended for 6 months, but he can pop positive for something and get suspended for 6 months. But somehow
don't make excuses before the fight.
You're a cheater.
Don't make excuses before the fight.
Trial. You got suspended for 6 months.
Say whatever you say.
Fuck you.
See you November 6th.
Suck my dick.
You wanna?
Oh, he said suck it, man. He said suck it. Look, man, it's getting heated. The man said suck it. Hey, Caleb Plant's about that business, man. I don't care what anybody says. Win, lose, or draw. Caleb Plant is about that business, man. This man just said, F you and your team. Y'all a bunch of bitches. This guy, and this guy. And by the way, you can suck it. Hey, somebody get Caleb Plant, man. Somebody grab this man, bro. Somebody grab him before the Mexican mafia gets him or some shit, bro. Hey. Hey, Caleb, man. Hey, Caleb. But hey, look, people are learning about him. People are just starting to learn about Caleb Plant. For real. The goal tonight is 150 likes. All right. We almost at 50. Let's get the likes up. It doesn't matter if you're going for Canelo or Plant. We're here having a conversation about this fight. That's what it's all about. This is like barbershop conversation. This is backyard barbecue conversations. You guys should be smashing that like button. So far in the poll, make sure if you haven't voted in the poll, let's go. Let your voice be heard. Canelo people are getting upset because they're not winning the poll, but they're not voting. Right now, we got 56% for Plant, 44% for Canelo. It's getting closer, but don't get upset if you don't talk about the poll if you ain't voting. That's why the poll's up there. Let your voice be heard. William Beecham, man, my boy from Phoenix. That's what's up. I was telling these people, Willie, that we don't got no problem with no Mexicans over here. Shit, we're from Phoenix, bro. Like, what else more can we say? We're from Phoenix. What else more? We don't got no problem with Mexicans out here, man. But we don't like cheaters. My boy Willie says Plant has heart, but Canelo late stoppage. It is what it is. People got their opinions, man. People got their opinions. A lot of people talking about the slaps and the punches. I'm gonna play that video too. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'm just getting through what was said first because that's the lead up, right? That's the lead up. And Packers Gamer, I saw you earlier say if Canelo's a cheat, why is Caleb fighting him? Well, I mean, he's got all the belts. Canelo's got all the belts, bro. So what? He's supposed, I don't want to fight. I don't want to get the belts because you might be cheating. Like, Caleb has already said, though, that you're a cheater, but it doesn't matter. I'm still going to beat your ass. Now, you might say, well, if he thinks he's going to beat his ass, why bring up cheating anyways? Because he's a cheater. We ain't mincing words here when it comes to cheating in the sport of boxing. If the man says he's a cheater, but he still can beat him, he still has the right to call him a cheater. You know what I mean? Like, come on. What do you want him to say? He's cheating and he's better than me, so I don't want to fight him. No, he's trying to be the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. That's why he's fighting him. But he also has the right to point out the fact that he has tested positive for stuff before in the past. And his boy, Oscar Valpez, as people like to call him. I didn't make that up. But I'll ride with that saying, that slogan, for the time being, because, it is what it is. The dude did test positive. The fight continued on. And then he's in a rough and tumble fight and gets a decision that was, in my opinion, not warranted. I had Constantine winning that fight. You may not agree with me, but that's fine. My point is that he has the right to call him a cheat. If Canelo wins, it's because he cheated? No. If Canelo wins and there's a drug test and he tests is negative and he wins, then he wins. But if they dance around not getting a test, then it's, the water is muddied because we're not sure if there's a test, if there was or there wasn't. Look, there are ways to get around testing positive for a test. It's no different than you getting a new job and you've been out there smoking blunts every single day and you got to take a test. There's ways to clear your system. There are ways around it. We know this, man. We know this. And this is exactly why, and I didn't want to make this conversation about popping dirty as a boxer, but it kind of turned in that way. But this is why I never liked the fact that people criticize Mayweather for doing the random blood and urine testing, because this is why. There are too many escape routes to avoid testing positive, even if, like, if you're taking some stuff and when you're going to get tested, It's not that hard. They got this stuff down to a science. Why do you think Tyson Fury tested positive after the fight was done? So there's no doubt, right? Anytime Mayweather beat somebody, he fought Pacquiao, he fought Canelo, all these guys did random and blood and urine testing, right? Mayweather too. It's not like he's testing his opponents and he's not being tested. He's even playing field, right? So that's the problem here. But like I said, if there are concise, or if there is concise information that Canelo was tested and he tested negative and Plant had the same testing and Canelo wins, then okay. But let's be honest here. Canelo is the overwhelmingly favorite. He's the favorite in this fight. He's supposed to smash Plant. Like literally. He's supposed to smash him. Richard E. Santiago says, new subscriber here. Salute from Puerto Rico, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. I always like having new people drop by and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that we are smashing that like button. What we got here? Imperial Kingdom, steak versus Plant. Ironic. Yo, what's up, Imperial? I hear you, bro. I hear you. I'm not sure if you're subscribed to the channel, man. If you're not, hit that subscribe button, man. Stay a part of the conversation. Make sure that you are hitting that like button. We need 150 likes before this is all said and done. I don't know how we have 70 votes in the poll, but we only have 51 likes. How is that possible? That means we got some haters. Why would you hate on a boxing conversation? I don't know. And to the poll itself, Plant still in the lead, 57% to 45%. Look, all of these Canelo fans that are stopping by and not clicking the like button, the least you can do is vote in the poll. That's the very least. I mean, at the end of the day, the like button is free. I mean, last time I checked, we're sitting here talking about boxing. And look, I appreciate that, Packers fan. You know, you and I are butting some heads, man. But look, this is no different. I walk down the street and get my hair cut, and I got Wilder. I just literally the other day in public, there was this guy. We got into a conversation. He was going for Fury and I was going Wilder, and we were going crazy. But at the end of the day, we shook hands and said, all right, man, we'll see October 9th. Is it really that hard, people? I don't know why people get cut so deeply when people talk about or they don't support the fighter that they support. Like I don't understand. That's what a fanboy is. You want to talk about a fanboy? That's literally the definition of a fanboy. A fanboy is a person who literally is closed-minded, refuses to hear any other counter argument, and is willing to ride and die for whoever fighter they support. And most of the time, they're not able to have a real boxing conversation. It's like the same thing that I had with the guy that was supporting Fury. I said, okay, tell me why then. Tell me why stylistically. We can go back and forth on, because he was saying, oh, Wilder's an excuse maker, and all this. I'm like, that's fine, whatever. But tell me why you think Fury's going to win the third fight. And he struggled to tell me. Because I talk boxing. And when you talk boxing, you make it difficult for your opponents. He said, oh, he's going to be bigger. I said, okay, so what? So he's bigger, but then Wilder's going to be pivoting, sliding underneath, going to the body. Have you seen his new training videos? Hey, let me pull it up for you. What do you think about that? Yeah, I guess he looks pretty good. I don't know. I just think Fury's too big. You already lost. You already lost. Imperial said, I started liking Fury, but he was a liar. Can't like that. Man, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. And I literally, I would say I would loosely feel the same. Like before he fought Klitschko and all that, I didn't mind him. I was like, oh, he's just kind of interesting guy. The dude's almost 7 foot, a little bit slippery, has some boxing skill. I don't know, from the UK. This could be interesting. I didn't have anything against him at that point in time, but let me tell you, woo, he showed his true colors the last couple years. And unfortunately for him, I mean, him going up against Wilder, I'm going to go for Wilder anyway, even if I didn't mind Fury. I'm going to go for Wilder anyway, just because, well, I've been supporting Wilder since like 2015. And I like him as a man and as a boxer. And so it is what it is. But the fact that he has done what he has done with lying and cheating and all this other craziness, and we can talk about it for days, and we continue to talk about it for the past 2 years, just makes me not like you even more. And just makes me want to go out of my way to make sure and remind people that Deontay will be the new heavyweight champion of the world. 2-time. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. Look, so the next thing on the list is, let's take a look, man, at the topic of the hour, the topic of the night, more than likely on why you guys decided to click on this video, the face-off. The face-off. Oh, buddy. Here we go. Buckle your seatbelts. Let's take a close look at it. I see Nitty G with those emojis in the chat. Have access to some custom emojis if you become an official member of the channel, just like Nitty G posting right there in the chat. We got a plentiful amount of different emojis as well, not just Wilder. Actually, as a matter of fact, I even got a Canelo emoji. How about that? All you Canelo fans, you want a Canelo emoji? Become an official member of the channel. Help yourself. William says, I was the same way. I liked everything about Wilder. The reason he started boxing, plus he has a good heart. I agree with you, William, 100%. I agree with you. All right, guys. Here it comes, the face-off. Buckle your seatbelts. Let's get it going. I'm probably going to start ranting and raving here in a minute, so if you want to highlight something, you want to catch my attention, make sure you drop a little super chat there, and I'll make sure I'll get to it if it's a question, show love, or whatever the case may be. But let's get into it. So before I continue, what's the first thing you guys notice? What's the first thing you notice? Well, obviously, I'll go ahead and tell you what I noticed at first. You guys can tell me what you noticed at first. But for me, Caleb Plant is taller. He's got a height advantage by what, at least 3 inches, if not more. So that's apparent right off the bat. And more than likely, he has a longer reach, too. Exactly. Imperial, yeah, he saw it, too. Razor, too. There we go. The height won't mean anything. Okay, well, I'm just saying. Let me go ahead and get to this super chat, man. Case Nasty 0102 drops a super chat saying, salute Divine Sense Boxing. Salute chat. We've been deprived, absolutely, until October 9th. The presser was fire. Canelo definitely respect Plant. Oh, I think he does respect him. I mean, he's a champion. Canelo's a champion. He's being tough out there. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. He's being tough. But I think he does respect Plant. I agree. And that's a good thing, though. Hashid Rahim says half a foot taller. I don't know if it's that much, but he's definitely taller. He's definitely taller. Philip Morris, what's good? He says, oh, sorry. Let me get to this one first, and then I'll get to Ed Rock. Caleb is slick. Very high IQ and natural middleweight. Absolutely. Let's not forget, people bring up Mayweather. Mayweather, not a middleweight. Brought up Cotto, not a middleweight. Laura, a guy who was taller, had range, who boxed well, gave Canelo a lot of problems. As a matter of fact, a lot of people thought that Laura won that fight. Don't believe me? Cruise around YouTube. You'll find out. All right. So, let's keep it going here. If you're just joining, swoop in, hit that like button. Let's go. So they start talking, you know it's going to start getting heated.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Premier Boxing Champions presents Canelo versus Plant, Saturday, November 6th, MGM Grand Garden.
Jimmy, you just interrupted that energy. We heard enough of you, Jimmy. Damn, I'm trying to watch this.
Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, live on Showtime pay-per-view.
Ooh! Ooh! Hey, so who started it? Who started it? I saw Canelo push him. I saw Canelo push him first. Hey, you know what that means in the streets, right? As soon as you put your hands on me, it's a wrap. Soon as you put your hands on me, it's a wrap. I don't know what Plant said to him, but he said some trigger word. Maybe he called him a mother effer again. Canelo don't like that. I mean, he likes to call Andre the mother effer, but he doesn't want to hear it from somebody else. He can dish it but can't take it. That's my guess. So El Jefe says, where did Plant go? Woo-wee! Hey, it's getting heated, man. It's getting heated. This is what it's all about. This is all that we want to see, man. William says, yep, if you touch me, I'm definitely touching you. Hey, obviously, Plant said something that triggered him. But in HP, man, he had to say it. He had to say it. He had to say it. Hey, let's rewind it one more time. What do you guys think that Plant said to Canelo to make him push him like that?
Don't get paid.
Oh,
per view.
Let me ride it back. Oh man, it didn't take long. My fingers don't move fast enough to pause it. Look. I love this, man. I loved it. This is my favorite part of being a content creator. This is my favorite part. So I just confirmed it. I think Plant said, mother effer or something like that, because that's literally what Canelo said. He said, don't say mother effer. Don't say that. That's his trigger word. Now Plant knows it. Plant knows his trigger word now. So leading up to this entire fight, he'll probably just be dropping the mother effer word the entire time to try to get under Canelo's skin. But that's literally confirmed there. He called him a mother effer. Canelo didn't like it, so he pushed him. All right, let's pay close attention. Push. Plant walking up slow. My man Plant looking like John Wick. Look, he's got a suit on. Walking up slow and casually. Left hook.
No. no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Oh boy.
Hey, Caleb, it's all right, man. Caleb, it's all right, Caleb.
Let me
Don't get
one more
paid.
time. One more time. One more time.
Live on Showtime
Be quiet, Jimmy.
pay-per-view.
Push.
Don't
Look at John Wick. Look at John Wick. Got his suit on. And be reminded, I have to put it out there. It ain't easy to move in a fitted suit. I'm being for real. I ain't trying to make excuses, but I'm being for real. If you ever wore a fitted suit, you don't move very well. But you know, he walked up casually, John Wick style, and literally
paid.
said, "Whoop!" left hook. And I think he was, I don't know, man. It looks like he's going for a slap. And Canelo did pull back from it and went for his own left hook. It looks like he came with the right hand too. Canelo tried to hit him with a two-piece. Damn. Hey, for real though, like, there's nothing else that needs to be said in regards to this fight. Like, there's no more promotion. Like, the promotion is done now. This fight is promoted now. We're going to see the replay of this little skirmish for the next 2 months. I don't know. I haven't seen a press conference get this heated since probably since like Zab Judah and Danny Garcia. And I don't even think punches were thrown in that one, but it got really, really heated and people were disrespected. But look, man, it looks like Canelo not only pushed him first, but then he threw a two-piece at him. I think Plant's intention was just to bitch slap him, to make a point. And he did a little pull counter. I ain't gonna lie. Canelo did do a pull counter on him. Landed a two-piece. But with that being said, Plant did stand there and take it. He took it. Whatever Canelo threw there, he did take it. He didn't back up. Plant did not back up. Imperial says suit is restrictive, hinders the arms on the reach. Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, I don't know if you guys ever wore a fitted suit before. It's really hard to lift your shoulders up. I mean, that's about it. So, no, just had to put that out there. But let's see again one more time. Blow it up a little bit more. Plant's like, yeah, man, I'm coming for you. And notice how Plant's hands, I don't know if you guys can see that, but his hands are behind his back. His hands are behind his back. So when Canelo pushes him, he can't even use his hands to kind of like defend himself. So he's got his hands behind his back. And, you know, you can see Canelo, I mean, he's trying to push him as hard as he can. And Canelo did go flying. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy's like, man, I've seen this before. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy's like, hey, Plant, you good, bro? Look at Jimmy. Hey, you good, Plant? What? Oh, my God. This is hilarious. And then here comes Plant. And you see, like, the teams are starting to move in quick. But I don't think they were prepared for what Plant did next. You know, because we've been in press conference, a little bit of pushing, and they just go back to face to face, and they continue to talk their ish. But Plant just said, oh, you want to push? You put your hands on me? Yeah.
Don't get paid.
Oh, he did hit him. He did connect. I see it now. I paused it right on the money. He literally slapped Canelo in the face. Wow. He straight up open hand bitch slapped Canelo in the face. He landed that. I thought at first Canelo pulled away from it, but Plant definitely did land it. SM said, hey, Canelo in trouble, family. I'm telling you. Plant ate that left, stood firm. Canelo fans about to be hurt. Hey, you heard it from SM. Yeah, thanks for the reminder. Won't ever wear a suit to a face-off. I considered a suit for later, but no more. Oh, no. You wear suits at weddings. You know what I mean? You wear suits at funerals. Don't go out in any type of environment where you think there may be a possibility where you have to throw your hands. Dress comfortably. Dress comfortably. I'm going to a press conference with a wife beater. As comfortable as possible with some nice tennis shoes on. Caleb Plant literally dressed up like John Wick. He got a full fitted suit and the shoes to fit the whole 9 yards. The whole 9 yards. Hey, Case Nasty says 3-piece and a soda nearly. Hey, for real. 3-piece and a soda. Get that combo. Got that combo. Hey, he slapped the shit out of Canelo, man. I thought Canelo pulled away, but he hit him. And then he threw his he got a short little left hook in there. But watch how Plant stands firm. Then Canelo's trying to follow up with the right hand. But it looks like to me that Plant shoulder rolled it.
No.
Look at Plant, though. Didn't move at all. He literally slapped him, stayed firm, and defended himself against Canelo trying to throw a 2-piece.
No, it's okay.
Who's this guy in the yellow shirt with the skinny jeans on? Who is that?
Hey, Caleb, it's all right, Caleb. CP, you good? Caleb, you're fine, man.
Yeah, you got that real power, baby. Yeah, you got that defense, baby.
I don't think anybody expected this to happen. You can tell, like, the media was not prepared.
Hey, talking is one thing, but
Yeah, Canelo keeps saying that. He kept saying mother effer. He kept saying mother effer. So that's Canelo's trigger word, man. But I just find it funny. I find it funny and ironic that that's your trigger word, but you were literally saying that to Andre. Can't make this stuff up, man. Can't make this stuff up.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, let's clear the stage.
And for anybody wondering, there were punches thrown. Is that going to affect the fight? Nah. They love this. They love this. They love this. They might talk about some what you want to call it, some fines or something like that, but nah. They love it, man. They love it. Seawood says you need an athletic outfit. Absolutely, man. I'm going comfortable, like I said. Wife beater, bro, with some like Under Armour basketball shorts, and you know what I mean, some nice fitted athletic shoes. I'm always ready. I ain't wearing no watches. I ain't wearing a chain. None of that. Ready. See, you guys know what I'm talking about, man. You guys know what I'm talking about. When you put yourself in that type of situation, you got to dress light and comfortable. No chains, no watches, none of that. Anything that's going to slow you down or your opponent can grab, you take it all off. But my man came in there looking like John Wick, man, wearing a full fitted suit. And he still slapped the shit out of him. Omega, what's Omega out there? Oh, my boy Omega out there laughing. That's crazy though. He wearing a fitted suit and slapped the shit out of my man, and on purpose, on purpose, on purpose. He open handed. That's what we call a bitch slap. That's what we call a bitch slap. He literally bitch slapped him, and that really pissed him off. And then he tried to throw a 2-piece. I think he maybe got that left hand in, and got that left hand in because I saw something where Plant was a bit cut over the right eye. But let's see real quickly. Let's see what he has to say. Let's see what he has to say about why they started punching.
Do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Do you want to earn more?
Shout out to Fight Hype for this footage.
Was there something when in your guys' verbal exchange that kind of triggered the push? Was it the last thing you said or something like that? Well, I mean, I'm just wondering if you found something when you were.
Looks like he's got a Band-Aid under his left eye, or sorry, his right eye. That can either be from a fingernail scratch, or he actually got hit and it broke the skin. But usually, if you get hit, and it looks like the Band-Aid is over across his nose as well, so it's like nose coming over that cheekbone. But usually, if it's from a actual punch, there would be some swelling there. I don't see much swelling. He is wearing glasses, so I'm not sure. But there's no swelling, so it could be from a fingernail scratch coming down his nose and down his cheek.
You were talking to him. Oh, maybe that's a little tricky.
Maybe he's used to guys standing in front of him and scared of him and just coming to pick up a check and lose. But I let him know that I'm coming November 6th.
Facts.
And I'm gonna win.
Caleb.
And, guess he did like that.
When you touched your cheek and you felt the blood, were you somewhat concerned, like, oh, maybe this? I don't know. Like, did your mind start running? Maybe this might be bad for the date, or?
Yeah, at first thing I'm like, man, how bad is this cut? But I went in the bathroom. It's just a scratch, and my glasses poked up, when it gets my face, and so it left the scratch right there.
Okay, so he's saying the glasses went up against his face and cut his face.
So
that
it's
makes
just
sense.
from that, but it's not deep. I won't need stitches or anything like that, so I'm not concerned. I'm not worried. He got one on me. I got one on him. So tiebreaker come November 6th.
It looks like in the.
My man said he got one on me, I got one on him, and we got a tiebreaker November 6th. Oh, man. Somebody tell me, man, Plant is about that life. Y'all know, if you don't know, you all know Caleb Plant, man. There's a video out there from when he was like a youngin', I don't know, maybe like early 20s, of him boxing in the street, like in the hood. Your man Caleb Plant boxing in the street, like literally in the middle of the hood, with like this pixelated. You can tell that shit was like from a Nokia camera from like 2002 or some shit. It's on YouTube. Y'all find it. And he's literally touching this like big black dude, right? This big black dude was trying to hunt him down, and he's touching him up. And it got so embarrassing for this dude that he pulled out a knife. This black dude pulled out a knife, and then finally Caleb like ran out of the hood, like he had to, obviously he ain't trying to get stabbed, but this is so entertaining for me, man. I love this. I've been waiting for something like this. We've been starved of like some real high energy boxing talk, like we just been starved from this type of energy, man. And finally, we got something that's really worth talking about, like a real fight. Two guys, other than Fury Wilder, we got two guys that really don't like each other. Like, really don't like each other. And that's what I appreciate, because come November 6th, there's no like, hey, let's put on a good show. I'm here for a payday. We got two guys that literally want to knock each other's heads off. That's what's up. That's what's up. And so if you guys don't know about Caleb Plant and what he's about and where he comes from, hey, go down the rabbit hole on YouTube, man. You'll find out. This man literally just said, he got one on me, I got one on him. We got a tiebreaker November 6th.
Exchange, he kind of open palmed you with the right hand. Did you feel anything of that? Did you kind of roll with it? Like what?
No, he pushed me. I went to hit on him, and his arm. That's why his arm was bleeding. That's why he's down it, because it hit my sunglasses. And my glasses in my face, it just made a little scratch.
Caleb, I saw you tweeted real quick that old quote from Bernard Hopkins. Someone attributed it to you saying, "I'll never let a white boy beat me." When the thing came out, you said obviously you didn't say that, but it seemed like you retweeted. Did you think that was kind of funny? The little play on words.
Yeah,
with
it was funny. It was funny. But
Caleb, take me back to Sycamore High School, 2010. What would you tell?
I don't know what that guy was referring to about Bernard Hopkins saying a white boy would never beat him. I don't know. Caleb looked confused about that question too. I don't know what that was about. But yeah. El Jefe says, am I the only one who prefers respects and sportsmanship like Klitschko, Holyfield, Chavez Sr., etc.? No, man. It's like I like the respect factor as well. You know, professional fighters being respectful. But we got a unique situation here, El Jefe. And that's the fact that Canelo has been accused of like popping drugs. You know what I mean? And he's popped before. Him and his camp, Valdez, another person in that camp. So there's this, like, I guess I would say that you would have to try to understand where Caleb Plant's coming from. This isn't just like, oh, I got an opportunity to become the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, and, you know, I'm going to come in and be respectful. Like, Canelo has been known to be a drug cheat. You know, it doesn't matter how you cut or slice it or you agree with that or not. I mean, the facts are facts, bro. So Plant doesn't appreciate that. He's made it abundantly clear. And then on top of that, he goes around and Canelo disrespects fighter all the time, bro. Like, if you got a problem with Plant doing what he's doing, then you got to be equally, you got to be equal, I guess, and have the same distaste for Canelo, because he's disrespected fighters too. And for me, Caleb Plant's just returning that same medicine, give him a taste of his own medicine. So that's the thing, is that you have two fighters that, you know, have respect for each other. There's no animosity. It's a boxing match. That's fine, but this is not just a boxing match. There's much more to that. And so sometimes we need to be reminded that this is a combat sport. There's violence involved in this sport. And as boxing fans, there's something very intriguing in the fact that two guys are literally just don't like each other. I mean, you can go back to the Hagler, Hearns, Duran, and all those guys back then. You know, they were super competitive and they had their moments talking their talk. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. Even Frazier and Ali, as much as they respected each other, when it was fight time, you know, we all know what happened on the Howard Cosell show when Frazier lost his mind and tried to attack Muhammad Ali. Look, man, this is the fight game, bro. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about. It is about entertainment. But, like, the thing about it is, this isn't WWE. This is boxing. George Wallens, Divine, what fighting skills convince you that Plant can beat a SIP? I'm pulling for Plant, but I'm the one who doesn't know much about Plant. Look, I'm here opening up a conversation, giving my reaction to the press conference. I'm not going to, at this moment, going to give you guys my full prediction, because how I conduct business over here is I drop official videos, like breakdown prediction, here you go, upload. No live stream, upload. I did it for the Joshua Usyk fight. I did it for Wilder Fury. I do it for all the big fights, and that's what I'm going to do. But right now, I'm just here to talk about the press conference, give my reaction, give my thoughts. But do I think that Plant has skill? Yes. Do I think Canelo is going to be a problem for Plant? Yes. This is gonna be a tough fight, man. But I will give my official prediction very soon. Now that the press conference has happened, now I'm confident that the fight will happen. Then it's time for me to go ahead and construct my prediction video, and you guys, be on the be on the lookout for that video. Make sure you guys hit the notification bell.
Senior year, Caleb Plant. What would you talk to him about?
I would just tell him to stay focused and that you're right. So just keep doing what you're doing because you're gonna make it you're gonna make it, and you're gonna make it. Just stick to it. Keep doing what you're doing.
Your thoughts about him saying 8 rounds or less, he's gonna knock you out?
He's supposed to say that. So, right.
What is your prediction? Obviously, we know you're going for a knockout. So yeah. But do you have a prediction for that? This specific fight.
Medium my hand raise and becoming the first undisputed super middleweight. So he's supposed to say that. That doesn't rattle me. People have been telling me that my whole life. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm gonna knock you out.
I appreciate Plant's confidence. I really do. I appreciate his confidence. That's what's going to help sell this fight. That's what's going to make this fight interesting. And I appreciate that. Yeah, man. So that face off is one of the craziest ones I've seen in a long time. Look at these people saying Canelo knocks out Caleb Plant at first face off. Man, people start clickbaiting the shit out of this situation here. Ain't nobody knocked out. Stop it. Ain't nobody knocked out. So basically, from what I gather, Plant open-handed slapped Canelo in the face. Well, Canelo pushed him. He walked up smooth, looking like John Wick in a full-fitted suit, and open-handed with the left hand. Oh, with the left hand, mind you. Okay, left hand slap. And then Canelo returned with his little left hook that I guess got his glasses. It cut his face up a little bit. He tried to throw the right hand, but Plant rolled it with his right shoulder, or his left shoulder, sorry. And then it was broken up. And that's it. Like Caleb Plant said, I landed one, he landed one, and we got the tiebreaker November 6th. So that's where we stand. That's my reaction to it. William says, Divine, I'm torn. To me, it's a 50-50 fight now that I know that Plant is coming to fight. Yeah, he's definitely coming to fight. Ain't no doubt about that. And like people think it's insecurity. People think that, he's just doing this to gas himself up. Nah. If you know Plant and you know his background, you know where he comes from, you know his career, you will know that this is not something that he's taken lightly. And he's coming in to shock the world. There is no doubt about that. Now, can he do it is obviously the question. But there shouldn't be any doubt on his confidence level. If people think that he's just doing this to get a payday, I feel like you're sadly mistaken. I think you're sadly mistaken. GP, what's good, man? Thanks for dropping by tonight. Little A says, Caleb did not touch Canelo at all, and Canelo knocked his glasses off. Laughed my ass off. From what I saw, man, he landed a slap. I saw that he landed a slap. But look, man, it don't matter. It doesn't really matter. Rather, who landed, who didn't land. If you guys want to have a parade because Canelo landed a little, well, it wasn't a two-piece because Caleb rolled that right hand with his left shoulder. But if you guys want to clap your hands and have a parade because he punched Plant in the face and hit him in the glass, knocked his glasses off, okay. But at the end of the day, Plant took it. He took a left hook at close range. He didn't wobble. He didn't step backwards. He took it. He ate it. He's like, ow. Plant literally said, ow. He ate that. And that's bare fist. That's not even with boxing gloves on. So look, it doesn't matter. It's a press conference. It got testy. Canelo pushed him. Plant tried to slap him. Canelo punched him. And it is what it is. Now this fight is sold. That's what matters the most. That's what matters the most. Dave says he did touch him. It's on Caleb's IG. Well, on that note, let me try to pull up Caleb's Instagram, man. How about we do that? How about we confirm that right now before I end this live stream? Did Caleb Plant land that left bitch slap to the face? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. So we got Caleb Plant. Oh shit, wrong one. All right, Instagram. Let's go. And while we're on the topic of being on Instagram, make sure, man, that you guys come and follow me on it. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, man, because like I said, any future big projects that I got going on, dropping fight predictions, fight breakdown / predictions. Anytime I'm going to put a big panel together with myself, Tay Jones, Drew Titan, Stormy B Man, I Am Trail Will, Kano Local Sports, any of these guys, any of these big hitters, I'm going to be dropping that stuff on Instagram. So make sure you guys follow me on that so you guys can stay up to date. It's simple, man. Divine Sense Boxing on Instagram. Hit me up. So let's find the man Caleb Plant. Let's see what he's got posted up on his IG. Let's see what he's got going on here. Haven't followed him yet. Go ahead and follow him right now. I just created this profile like last week, so you know. He's literally got two. Caleb Plant literally has 2 videos back to back of him slapping the shit out of Canelo. Man, somebody talk to me. Somebody talk to me. Nicholas Long, man, what's good? What's good, man? Glad you made it tonight. Caleb Plant's Instagram, I got it pulled up right now. He's got 2 back-to-back videos of him bitch slapping Canelo. Now the poll is extremely close. We've got Plant 51%, Canelo 49%. Now, what I don't understand is how we've got 90 votes in the poll, but we only got 70 likes. How does that work? So you're voting in the poll, but you're not hitting the like button. That's some hate. That's some hateration right there. That's how you guys do me. That's how you guys do Divine Sense Boxing. Okay, I see you. That's how you do me. You hit the poll, but you can't hit the like button. All right. Juan Minzy says, "It's all right, Divine, man. I see you, bro. I got to drop the super chat for you. I appreciate you." He says, "I got Canelo breaking down Plant in the later rounds. Canelo is just too big. Plus, he has beaten better caliber of opponents and fought bigger guys." That's the general sentiment. I understand it. I get it. I have no problem with people having that thought process because that makes sense for the most part. But again, I mean, I can counter that very easily without giving away too much because I will drop an official prediction video very soon. But I just feel like I can counter all of that. Too big? Not really. Not really. Caleb Plant is a bona fide middleweight / super middleweight. Let's not forget that Canelo's moved into super middleweight. You know, he was a super welter. You know, he was fighting at 150, right? So I don't think he's bigger. He's actually taller. Plant is taller, and he's a real 160 to 168 pounder. And if he wanted to, he could probably fight at 175. Caleb Plant, in my opinion. So I don't think that's true. As far as better caliber, I would say yes. I'll give you that. Slightly. Because, he has been in there against Triple G, Cotto. But here's the problem with that. Is that, and I see you saying Sergey Kovalev, yeah, but that's one guy. That's one guy. But what I'm simply saying is Caleb, just because Canelo moved up to fight Kovalev at 175 doesn't mean he's bigger. That just means that he moved up and fought a bigger guy. What I'm saying is Caleb Plant is a bona fide middleweighter, middleweight to super middleweight that could possibly fight at 175 as well if he wanted to at some point in his career, because he has that size. I mean, what is he, like 6'1"? So I just don't agree with the whole he's too big. Actually, I would say the contrary. I would say to the contrary, Canelo is fighting a guy who is bigger, in my opinion. So let me get back to what I wanted to say about the opponents. I give you that. I'll give you the opponent's argument, because Canelo has been in world title fights much more than Plant. Yes. But if we're talking about like the guys that he's beaten and, he's fighting a true middleweight, he knocked out Amir Khan. Okay. He had a really good boxing match against Cotto, who Cotto is not a middleweight. He fought at middleweight, but he's not a middleweight. He got his ass handed to him by Mayweather, who's clearly the smaller guy. A lot of people think that he lost to Erislandi Lara, who's long, who was taller, who has boxing skill. So you can see how it can be flipped. But I agree when people say he's got more experience in title fights, and he's strong and he's durable and he has the experience. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying, don't discredit Caleb Plant too much. Antoine, my man, you made it. What's good? I know you were saying earlier, man, that you were having trouble getting your alerts. I'm glad that you were able to get this one. William, have a good night. Get some sleep. Get your grind on. Make that money, man. I will be on here again soon. Don't worry. Thanks for stopping by tonight. Mayweather beats everyone. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he does. But what I'm simply saying that he was a much smaller man. He was much smaller than Canelo. I mean, even though they fought at a catchweight, he's still smaller. And he's a boxer mover. Caleb Plant's a boxer mover. And he's bigger than Mayweather. So you gotta just take all those things into consideration. And thank you for the super chat, man. Thank you so much. Much respect to you, sir. Like I said, I'm glad you were able to get your notifications. Let's look at these videos that Caleb Plant posted, because he posted 2 back-to-back videos of him bitch slapping Canelo. For all the people in the back peeking through the blinds and bushes, man, because I see it, man. You got 97 votes in the poll, but I only got 74 likes. That's a 20 plus discrepancy there. And that to me tells me I got 20 haters lurking in the shadows. So that's fine. I'm gonna continue to drill down on my point here. We're on Caleb Plant's Instagram. Let's see what he posted. So this is just a picture. This is a picture. And it looks like to me he's making contact. That's what it looks like to me. Caleb says, "Miss my ass. F you, bitch." Hey, Caleb is wild, bro. Caleb Plant is wild. I don't think I've ever seen a fighter talk like this, man. It's crazy to witness this. He straight up said, missed my ass. F you, bitch. Caleb Platt, man, hey, he's a real one, bro. He's a real one. Now, let's see what the video entails. I'm guessing this is a video. I guess it's not. It's a photo as well. So it looks like he's coming around the bend, to quote Johnny Cash. I'm coming around the bend. Look at this. Canelo I don't think, in my opinion, Canelo's got power, but he doesn't have like one punch power. You can't use Amir Khan as an example because Amir Khan has a glass chin and he had no business being anywhere near the middleweight division. Anywhere near it. He's a 140 pounder. So you can't use that as an example. But Caleb Plant does have a chin. I mean, we just saw Canelo Alvarez check left hook his ass with no gloves on at a press conference, smash his glasses into his face. He just stood there. What I want people to understand is the fact that Caleb Plant is a true super middleweight. This is not a smaller guy that he's fighting. This is not a Cotto. This is not a Mayweather. This is not an Amir Khan. Okay, yes, he fought Kovalev, but majority of his fights, okay, he's fought a lot, or especially in his title reign, his title defenses, or trying to conquer a new belt. He's fought guys that are not true to the weight class, or he's bigger or whatever have you. So people have to take that into consideration. He's fighting a true middleweight. A super middleweight. Billy Joe Saunders, for what it was worth, was giving Canelo problems until Canelo started touching him to the body. Now, without giving too much away from my prediction video that I plan on dropping soon, my biggest, if I had to choose one thing out of the hat, as far as like what I'm fearful for Plant, is I think that he can box well and he can avoid, for the most part, punches to the head. And even if Canelo lands some, I think he's got a chin. At 168, I think he can absorb it. But I think Canelo's going to go to the body. I think he's going to attack Caleb Plant's body because Canelo knows that Plant is a boxer mover. He knows that Plant is going to want to move. How do you stop a mover? You go to the body. You cut off the ring. You go to the body. And that's what he did against Billy Joe. But if, to the contrary, if Plant is able to protect his body and take that element away from Canelo, Canelo will be in trouble. I'm telling you right now, if Canelo cannot touch the body like he wants to, that he needs to, he will be in trouble. Because Plant has hand speed. He will touch you with 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. Power is irrelevant. Power is irrelevant. Just because Plant doesn't have one punch power knockout, it doesn't matter. When you piecing somebody up, if I land 5 and you land 1, who's got the advantage? It's just a matter of, if I land 5 and you land 1, can I take that 1? If I can take that 1, you're in big trouble. You have to look at all the attributes at hand, at what's actually involved in this fight, because you got footwork, you got ring generalship. It's not just about power. We're talking about boxing here, people. He says, remember, Kovalev is a long-range fighter too, but Kovalev is also flat-footed. Kovalev is also flat-footed, and he's not the best defensive boxer either. So, look, man, that's the whole point. It's like, this is something that I do. This is why I have a channel, right? Because, I mean, I love the sport, and I get into these conversations, and I can play devil's advocate all day long. But that's a good thing. That is a good thing. That's why this fight is so interesting. And the way that they acted at the press conference makes it even more interesting. little extra spicy. But this is a good thing. The fact that we're going back and forth on who has the advantage is a good thing. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Double checking the poll here. We have 104 votes. Plant still edging by a little bit, 52% to 48%. We got 104 votes and only 80 likes. That's how you guys do me, man. That's how you treat Divine Sense Boxing out here. Okay. I see you. I see y'all, man. I see y'all. I'm out here talking boxing. You guys can't even click the damn like button. Damn. Let's see what Canelo's got going on. Let's see what Canelo's got on. Damn, Canelo got 10.5 million followers. 10 million followers. How many Plant got? 200K. That is crazy. Talk about a discrepancy in star power. That's huge. Let's go back to Canelo. See what he's got going on. He has a video of the press conference as well.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, Premier Boxing Champions.
And his caption is, "Don't talk about my mom." I have to pause it here. Okay? I have to pause it here because remember, guys, it was Canelo himself who talked about Andre's mom at his own press conference. What does that tell you? It tells me that you like to throw rocks but hide your hand and you can dish it out but you can't take it. But that's fine. That's fine. The thing about it is, though, like I said, Plant knows his trigger words now.
Presents Canelo versus Plant Saturday, November 6th, MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, live on Showtime pay-per-view.
Now, so many times I watch this, it never gets old. Let's watch Caleb Plant and how he walks up slowly like John Wick. Like he's thinking in his head, "I'm gonna slap the shit out of you now." Look at that's what he's thinking. Whips his hand out. Look at that suit though. You know that suit is tight. You know that suit is tight. And Canelo's looking like he didn't expect this at all. But look at this swag by Plant. For real. Straight up John Wick style. Flip the hand out. Push the coattail back. Still got his glasses on. Little bit of a strut. He said, "Oh, you want to push me, huh? That's what you do? You want to push me?" Wow! Damn, he... this motherfucker straight up put some torque behind that bitch slap. My man Caleb Plant, live on video at the press conference, went for a bitch slap. Not a punch, but a bitch slap. This is crazy. This is crazy. 5 million views already. This fight is sold. This fight is sold right here.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Premier Boxing Champions presents Canelo versus Plant Saturday, November 6th, MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada, live on Showtime pay-per-view.
Look at him roll up. Look at him roll up. Look at him roll up. Look at Caleb Plant's body position. He was literally trying to knock him out with a slap. And, you know, I give Canelo some respect, man. He pulled back from it because if he didn't, his head probably would have slammed into the podium where Jimmy Lennon Jr. standing at. Because look at Plant's body positioning. He put some power behind that. That wasn't just a little slap boxing. You know, you do some slap boxing. He put some torque behind that. But yeah, Canelo came back with the little left hook, and you can see Plant's glasses go flying. Watch Plant's glasses. Bam. The glasses land over here on the table. But look at Plant, man. Didn't fall back, stayed firm.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen.
This is
Premier
great.
Boxing and Champions
This is
presents
great.
Canelo versus Plant, Saturday, November 6th, MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Live on Showtime pay-per-view.
Notice how Plant has his hands behind his back. Notice that. Because that's important. There's no way he can defend himself from a push. It's almost like he was antagonizing Canelo. He wanted Canelo to push him. Now watch Plant. He said, okay, cool. Okay, cool. What's up then? Wham. So you see how Canelo's face is turned to the left? So you know we got hit. It wasn't the full hand, but he definitely got hit. And he came back with his own little left to the glasses. Well, very interesting and entertaining to say the least. I woke up this morning and that's all it was. My phone was blowing up with that type of situation. I was trying to get my eyes situated to what was going on. I'm like, whoa, really? Punches thrown? What? Hard to believe, but watching this, man, great. It's great. It's absolutely great. Love it. Daquan says we have great fights in October and November. Yeah, man. And look, we are owed this as boxing fans, man. We are owed this after all the turmoil and chaos that we've had to endure beginning part of this year, fights being canceled because of COVID, all of the shenanigans, man. And I'm glad that we've got back-to-back fights, bro. Check it out. We've got this weekend, Joshua Usyk. We're going to know who wins that fight, which then automatically propels and puts more interest in the Wilder and Fury fight, right? Then we got Wilder Fury, and if Joshua wins and then Wilder wins, we're already talking about that fight happening for the undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Then you got a month later, you got Canelo and Plant, right? And then I believe at the end of November, you got Crawford and Porter. And then you got the winner of that fight will possibly fight Errol Spence, because Errol Spence is now starting to recover. I believe he is pretty much recovered from his eye injury. So he's waiting for a big fight because he lost out on the big fight against Pacquiao. So that means that we end the fight strong. Sorry, we end the year strong with big fights. Then the beginning part of 2022, we start getting more undisputed fights. We can have a welterweight undisputed fight. We get a heavyweight undisputed fight. And whatever happens with Canelo and Caleb Plant, if Canelo wins, it's going to be a discussion on whether he defends all the titles or he's going to move up, back up to 175. Or if Caleb Plant shocks the world, they'll probably be talking about a rematch. If Usyk shocks Joshua, they're going to be talking about a rematch. So it's finally starting to look up for us boxing fans. And like I said, it's way past due. We've had to endure a lot in 2021, man. So that's the good news, man. And I appreciate all the love and support tonight, me giving my reaction thoughts to this whole press conference, Canelo versus Caleb Plant. Very entertaining. I don't have any problem with it whatsoever. Slaps being thrown, punches being thrown, glasses flying across the room. All of the hype, Caleb Plant literally just saying whatever he wants to say. And this fight is, ladies and gentlemen, this fight is made. This fight is made now. And I'm enjoying every moment leading up to November 6th. I don't know if they'll have another press conference in between that. Usually with big fights, they usually do like press tours. You know, you guys remember like Mayweather when he had big fights, they had like a press tour. They do like 3 different press conferences. McGregor, they did that. I don't know if they'll do that in this one. But nonetheless, I will definitely get at least the weigh-in. We'll have them face off at least one more time. But let's see what they do. If they do any type of like 24/7 type videos where they go behind the scenes and stuff, it's gonna be fun. And I'm interested to see what kind of work Andre Ward is doing with Caleb Plant also in the future. See if he's spicing it up a little bit more for Caleb Plant to make the fight even more interesting. Canelo is the overwhelmingly favorite. I mean, so just because my poll has it at where Plant is winning, in my poll doesn't necessarily mean that in real life that's actually the case. Obviously, as I just mentioned, Canelo's got 10 million followers on Instagram. I mean, he's the overwhelmingly favorite in this fight. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget about Stevens and Herring, too. Thank you, Dave, for reminding me. That's another big fight coming up. LX09, Joshua versus Wilder, a more exciting fight. Yes, I agree, because that obviously gives us an undisputed heavyweight champion. My boy Antoine's got money on Plant. Hey, if you're putting money on Plant, and Plant pulls the upset, you about to make bank. You are about to make bank. For real. And if you got money on Usyk to beat Joshua, you're about to make bank. So, and for that matter, I believe Wilder is the underdog too. So you could come out $1,000 ahead, if not more, depending on how much money you put down. If you got Usyk, if you got Wilder, and you got Plant, you can come out $1,000 ahead, if not more. Hey, somebody's about to get paid real nice. Somebody's about to get paid real nice. Antoine says, you know this. Absolutely, man. Antoine don't play. Antoine literally puts his money where his mouth is. I respect that. Taquan says, I'll put $100 on Plant, though. I wonder what the odds are. Yeah, I'm not 100%, but I would say it's pretty. It's the odds are probably quite separated, for sure. And I got Usyk beating Joshua. I'm not a betting man personally, but if Usyk beats Joshua, Plant beats Canelo, Wilder beats Fury, and you bet all the way down the line, you're gonna get paid. I'm telling you. And there's nothing wrong. Like, if you go for Usyk, nothing wrong with that. Like, because I feel you. I feel like Usyk might be able to pull it off. If you go for Plant, I feel you. And if you go for Wilder, I definitely feel you, because we all know over here in Devon Sense Boxing, we all know what Devon thinks about that fight. And especially if you got Wilder by KO and you get that right too, Double up. Double up. Not only you got the winner correct, but you got the knockout correct. Double up. People about to get paid out here for real. Duke Todd, man, thanks for dropping by. You made it right at the end of the live stream, man. This will be uploaded on the channel later. You can rewind the tape. We talked about Canelo and Plant, the press conference. I was giving my reaction. And, you know, for the most part, we were just giving our thoughts, man, about who's going to win and why. And so make sure that you check it out later. Oh, he says good odds on the Ojaba versus Sanchez fight too. Yes, I think Efe can KO Sanchez. Hey, man. Go ahead and put your money down, bro. Put your money down. It looks like, you know, Antoine and Dave about to get paid out here. I'm going to ask you, too. When all these fights are done, you come on the live, I'm going to ask you how much money you made. Boxing Odds says, wrong. Odds are 3-1 Canelo. Yeah, Canelo's the favorite. All right, brother. Good night. Have a good one. I'm going to go ahead and jump off here as well, everyone. Like I said, if you guys came in a little bit late, it'll be uploaded on the channel. You guys can roll it back and watch it. I gave my reaction to the press conference. We had some bitch slapping going on. We had some punches thrown. We have glasses flying across the room. A lot of heat in the press conference, and that's good. I love it. It's about time. It's about time we have something to talk about, man. So catch it on the rebound. It'll be on the channel later. Make sure you guys hit that like button before you guys leave. And to finish it off with the poll, it finishes off with Plant winning. People voted for Plant 53% to 47%. Very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and end that poll. And then go ahead and end the stream. Like I said, man, I appreciate you guys. Catch you guys on the next one. If I'm not live from any time between now until Friday, I will be here on Saturday for Firestorm. You guys know how I get down on Firestorm. We bring in some big hitters on the panel, and we talk about boxing. Like I said, man, I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe before you leave. Hit that notification bell so that way you guys get notified anytime I go live. And follow me on Instagram, Divine Sense Boxing. I'm out.